Hello, 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 hello. Yo, this is your boy Kenny D. Today is Monday and we are bringing you Pimp Game, the podcast. That's right, where we highlight positive, intelligent, motivated people each and every single Monday. Man, today is going to be a great show and it saddens me, right? Because a lot of things have been made about PNB Rock, but we are going to be talking about the tragic death of PNB Rock. And then at the bottom of the hour, also 8:30, that's right, we have Georgia Bryant. She is a real estate investor. She will be on the show to talk about what she has going on. All right? This is crazy. Now, I'd like to thank everybody for joining the show, and also to all my YouTube subscribers out there or YouTube lovers out there, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That's right, you're going to subscribe. I am Kenny D. We are bringing it to you each and every single Monday, and we are coming with that heat. We also, right now, looking to bring in more guests as well. We are working on the January, in the new year, we are working on the new guests that are going to be coming on the show. All right? So let's talk about it. PNB Rock gunned down in Los Angeles, South Central LA. It is sad, man. It really touches me. It breaks my heart. And the reason why it breaks my heart is because it's sad. It seems like each and every single every couple of months, we got a young rapper dying to the hand of gun violence. And I mean, this dude was talented. He was on the track, Every Day We Lit. He was on there. He was on that track. He also had another dope track called Selfish. That was also a top seller. I think top 10, top 50, whatever it was. It was definitely a top song. The dude was talented. Nice. PNB Rock. Even his name, it was catchy to me. And we had T.O. Green on the show a couple of weeks back, maybe 3 weeks ago. And this is the very topic we were talking about with our young rappers dying to gun violence. And with the PNB Rock situation, it almost, to me, it reminisces what Pop Smoke went through, right? The same thing that he went through. Where the difference is, though, Pop Smoke was going through his clothes and designer clothes and things of that nature, and the address was on one of the clothes or one of the items that he had, and those goons pulled up and killed him for nothing. For nothing. And it's sad because you never really... These rappers don't understand that when they're rapping and when they're flossing the money and when they got on the big chains and all of that, like it's somebody out there trying to rob you, trying to take it from you, trying to kill you. Everybody's not happy with their life. It's the truth. It's the times that we live in. You know, everybody isn't going to be happy, and it's sad, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Now, I will say this. PNB Rock had an interview. He had an interview with DJ Academics. And one of the things I was not feeling it. DJ Academics was laughing and he was asking him about the robbery. He even posted it and all that stuff. I was not feeling him doing that. Because it's almost like he's joking about this dude getting robbed, or bringing it up about him getting robbed. It's almost like it's, or him getting ready to get robbed and he didn't get robbed. But it's almost like it's a cool thing in the rap game. I don't understand that. I really don't understand why you getting robbed or somebody about to rob you, or why is that such a cool thing, or them going to jail for 4 or 5 years in prison, or somebody getting shot. Why is that glorified in the music industry, in the rap industry? Why? It's getting our young rappers killed. I mean, and it started way back in the day. We talking about Biggie, Pac, Nipsey Hussle, XXXTentacion, Pop Smoke, and now P&B Rock. And the worst thing about it is, and I can't forget about Trouble, even though his was slightly different, had to deal with a female. Well, you know what? That wasn't different. It's the same thing. Jealousy and envy and all of that leading to these young rappers getting killed and gunned down. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now I'll say this. I didn't feel DJ Academics bringing that up in the interview and making it seem cool that he got robbed or that they was going after him and all of that. It was just terrible. It was just terrible. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Now the only thing I could think about is that there's somebody out there, the powers that be, I don't know who, I mean, the record label, I don't know who, somebody is profiting off of this, the gang violence and the rappers getting killed. Somewhere out there, somebody is profiting off of this. And it's sick. It's sickening. Like Fat Joe said, it's disgusting. But my thing is, if you're a rapper and you are a high profile rapper or whatever, you need to have security. You always need to have security at all times. You should not be on there and not have security. Are you kidding me? And what bugs me is these cats making all this money. They ain't making 40 grand no more. They ain't making 50 grand no more. Well, some of them weren't making that before they got their deal. They ain't making even 20 grand anymore. You making millions now. You cannot hang with the same people that you used to be with in the hood. You've outgrown them. And that's the truth. Everybody can't come with you. Why you can't help them from afar? Throw some money into the Marcy Projects or something like that, like Jay-Z may do. But you don't have to be there with them. And when you travel or anything like that, hey, bring your security. You're not a sucker if you got security. 6ix9ine got security. He ain't gonna let them one off him. And everybody was coming for his head. Yo, if you are just joining us, we are live on the Pimp Game podcast. And we are talking about the tragic death of P&B Rock. Rapper out of Philly just passed away on gun violence. Just passed away. Also at the bottom of the hour, 8:30, we are going to have Georgia Bryant. That's right. She will be talking about her investments. She's a real estate investor in the DMV area, doing it. She's going to have a lot for us at the bottom of the hour, 8:30. So let me say this, because this really ruffled my feathers. And if you got any comments out there, or if you want to come in and talk about it, the P&B Rock killing, hey, let me know. I'll buzz you in. I will buzz you in. Or put your comments below on your thoughts on the P&B Rock killing. P&B Rock's girl, she had broke up with him, I believe about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that. She broke up with the dude. Now, I ain't saying it's hard for me to be like, yo, she was behind this dude getting killed and all of this stuff. But it seemed like to me, she's just aloof. And when I say that, I mean, I feel like she's green to like what happened. So this woman is on IG. She is on IG. No, not on IG. I don't know what she's doing, but she's right now. She's doing shirts and she's doing merchandise from her man that just passed away, and monetizing it, getting paid, making sales. His t-shirts and stuff like that immediately after he passes away. Fellas, that's why I say you can't do everything for a woman. She gotta invest. She has to invest. Because if she don't, you'll get a woman who's only with you for the bread or what you can do for her. That woman, she might not be into P&B Rock like that. It's no way. This dude's funeral ain't even happened yet. She's already making money off of merchandise. Already? Really? She should be somewhere crying and mourning his death. That's what should really be happening. But she's not doing that. She's monetizing it. Are you serious? And getting paid? Nah. I ain't feeling it. I don't think she was really into him. Granted, she got a kid with him. That's nothing new. These women having kids with you all the time. They don't care. You have to make sure that woman is into you. You can't let her use you for what you have or where she think you're going. Granted, men don't get love unconditionally. I'm saying it right now on the Pimp Game podcast. If you're a dude out there, yo fellas, we do not get loved unconditionally. We only get loved based on the condition that we're going to provide. And that's the truth. The only woman that's going to love you unconditionally is a dog if you have one, and obviously your mother. Your mother will love you unconditionally. But for her trying to monetize, I'm not agreeing with it. That's crazy. And this dude just passed away. And he's a heavy hitter. He's a heavy hitter. P&B Rock ain't no slouch. He's a nice artist. Nice artist. Really nice out there. Yo, put your comments in about the P&B Rock killing, if you have them. Or I could bring you on to talk about it. You know? Now say this. He was at the chicken and Roscoe's and Waffles or something like that he was at. It's crazy because the area that he was in, it was terrible. No one goes there. You don't want to be there at all under any circumstance. You do not want to go to that area to be getting waffles. And his girl posted the address. Now my question would be, what's the reason, and Nicki Minaj alluded to this in one of her IG posts, that we're still posting locations of people or locations of where we are, or with a star that's that big. What are you doing posting the location? I would love someone to ask his girl, what made you post y'all location? For what? For what reason? And P&B Rock, this dude he was well off. Showing money every time he get it. Got the big chains and all of that. Don't think them dudes ain't gonna come holler at you. And you got on big chains. You ain't got no security. At least you're gonna do that. At least be smart about it. Jay-Z ain't going nowhere without no security. 50 Cent ain't going nowhere without no security. Fat Joe ain't going nowhere without no security. They ain't doing it. And there's a reason for that. They are not doing it. Yo, if you are just joining us, we are live on the Pimp Game podcast. That's right. We are talking about the tragic death of P&B Rock. And at the bottom of the hour, 8:30, we are going to have Georgia Bryant. She is a real estate investor in the DMV area. She is doing it. She will be on the show to talk about what she has going on. It is sad. It is sad that you can't go anywhere these days without somebody hating on you, without somebody being jealous of you. Like you can't have anything anymore? Really? More of us, we need to work hard for it. We need to go get it. That's what we need to do. We need to go get it. Be a person who always goes and go gets it, and you'll be okay. But you trying to steal, rob, and do all of that, and like Fat Joe said, he was okay with him robbing him, but why you gotta kill him? And P&B Rock wasn't giving up his jewelry. Yo, if you're a young rapper out there, if somebody trying to rob you for your jewelry, give it up. You can always go get another one if you really want it that bad. It ain't worth your life, homie. It's not worth your life. And I've seen cats with jewelry and money. You just can't, well, you can't, there's certain areas you just can't go to. There are certain areas you just cannot go to. You cannot be in the hood. Charlamagne the God said it the best on the Breakfast Club. He said, yo, why are these rappers still going to the hood? For what? I don't know if they're trying to stunt on the people that they grew up with. Like, yo, this is what I got now. But even if you're trying to do that, that's not the move. And if you want to help, if you want to help the hood, you want to help your peoples and cats that you came up with, help them from afar. We got Cash App now. You could go ahead and help them from afar. You don't have to be in the hood to help cats in the hood. You don't want to go there. Why are you going there? There's no need to go. I wouldn't recommend anybody go. It's not a good decision. Nipsey Hussle died in the hood. P&B Rock died in the hood. Same thing with Biggie. Same thing with Pop. These cats are dying when they go to Los Angeles, when they go to LA. They're dying there. That is the murder capital for rappers. Be careful what you post on social media. Be careful. Be very, very careful. Because there are cats watching you and you can't motivate everybody. You cannot motivate everybody. You know? Now, one thing that I thought that was kind of crazy is that when P&B Rock did do the interview with DJ Academics, he said it. He was like, yo, I ain't tripping off robberies and ain't nobody gonna rob me because I'm always looking out. So it was almost like he was untouchable, the way he was talking. Like he was feeling himself. And I'm cool with if you're gonna be humble. If you're gonna be humble, I'm with you all day. And say, yo, I don't, he should have told DJ Academics, hey, I don't want to talk about that. It's not positive. It's not good. I don't associate with that. Remove yourself from it immediately. That way, y'all not talking about it the whole time. But they were talking about the majority of the interview, about him getting robbed. Him and his girl, you know, being with his little daughter. And that's a sad thing. You would think he wouldn't, you know, granted he was in LA for I think T Grizzly's wedding. He was there for that. And T Grizzly got robbed. You have to be careful, fellas, what you put in your songs. You got to be careful the money that you're holding up in your IG. You got to be careful with the bling bling you showing on your IG. And most of all, you got to be careful posting your location. Do not post your location while you're there. If you're that pressed or you want to post your location, post it after you done left. Or maybe you was there on Tuesday and on Thursday you posted the location because you ain't even there. I'd rather you do that than to post while you there. You at the IHOP, so you going to post right now that you at IHOP. And his girl posted it. I want somebody to ask her, what made you post? And now you're monetizing off of this man's death. It ain't even been a good month. Nah, I'm not feeling that. That screams a woman who's not really into him. She was with him for what he could do for her. I bet you she was. Fellas, stop taking care of these women, giving them everything they want. You're going to create a monster. That's what you're going to do. You will create a monster. You don't want to do it. Yo, if you are just joining us, we are live on the Pimp Game Podcast, and we are talking about the tragic death of PNB Rock. That's who we're talking about. And at the bottom of the hour, 8:30, coming up here momentarily, we are going to have Georgia Bryant on the show to talk about her real estate investing. And I'm not saying all rappers, are bad. I'm not saying all are bad. They're not all bad. But the ones who are flossing and doing all that, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much for people out there to be watching you and licking their chops to rob you. It's bad enough, right, some of their houses is obviously it's going to be nice. They living in mansions and all of that. I like that. I actually like that. But you don't want to be posting that all the time. Somebody's going to have somebody's going to have it for you. And let me say this, because I've never said this before. Sometimes the person that gets you is the person that's the closest to you. They're the ones who stab you in the back the worst. The one that's closest to you. Maybe a cousin, maybe a girlfriend, maybe a homeboy that you thought y'all was tight together. That's the one that's jealous of you. Because then they're not on your level. They may not be on your level. And I say that with all my heart, that I do. I really believe his girlfriend. I don't know if she knew that was gonna happen, but I do. I need to know why she posted their location. What made her think to do that? And whose idea was it to go to that Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles? Whose idea was it to go there? Now the rumor is he didn't check in. He probably should have checked in. I mean, no one knew he was going to get killed like that, man. It's just sad. It's a tragedy. But I want to know what made that girl, what made her text, or not text, but show their location at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Not like they're in Puerto Rico or Dubai or Paris. Go ahead, post that location. Because you're not here. You're not in the U.S. The goons ain't going to get you over there. Post that location at a nice resort. Where motherfucker gotta fly just to get there. Last time I checked, them private jet flights are like 30 grand. Easy. Easy. And it's just that now people, times are hard right now, man. We're in a recession. We got inflation with prices. People are going through it. People can't pay their rent. People can't pay their mortgage. People are looking for anything to do. They're looking for anything. So you see somebody that has all this jewelry on and flossing and stuff like that, somebody going to try to come get you because they don't have it. The lack of money is the root of all evil. I always say it. It's the truth. The lack of money is the root of all evil. When somebody don't have money, it's tough. It is tough for that person. It really is. Because they don't have it. They don't have it. Alright? And I just wish we had somebody, maybe like a Mike D'Angelo, because, he did his walk to Philly to promote gun violence, to take it off the streets. in the DC area, what have you, any area. I just wish maybe he could do a tour. Mike D'Angelo, if you hear me out there, listen to the Pimp Game podcast, yo, do a tour. Go city to city to talk to these rappers. Or Fat Joe, somebody. Lil Kim, whoever. Little C's, I don't know, I don't care who it is. Go around city to city, do a tour to talk about these young cats about gun violence and these rappers putting all this stuff in their songs. It's sad. We're losing too many people to gun violence. Alright? Yo, if you are just joining us, we are live on the Pimp Game podcast and we are discussing the tragic death of PNB Rock, and we are getting ready to bring on Georgia Bryant. She is a real estate investor in the DMV area. She is doing it big. We are getting ready to bring her on as it is the bottom of the hour, 8:30. All right?
Hello.
How you doing today? How you doing, Georgia?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show. So, I know I mentioned your name, but I guess tell us your name and what you do.
So, hi, everybody. My name is Georgia Bryant, and I'm a real estate agent and also an investor. So I'm just happy to be invited here on Kenny's podcast today.
Great. I love it. So, take us back to where it all started for you in terms of you doing the real estate investing. What triggered your mind to say, yo, I really want to do this. This is me. I'm doing this. What made you come to that realization?
So what made me realize I wanted to do real estate was, so I had like a party store years ago. 2012. And so, it was a party store. It had nothing to do with real estate per se. And so that wasn't going well. And I got introduced to real estate at the time. And then like through my process of just learning after the party store closed, it was just like an aha moment of like, I don't want to have like a brick and mortar type of business. I want to create something that like would allow me to have passive income. So like you make one transaction, you make money over and over again. So it was pretty much the failing of my party store business that allowed me to come to the realization that I loved real estate.
I like that. So you mentioned the failure of your party store, right? You had failure with that. I know you had some doubt there. When it comes to the real estate investing and you wanting to do it, was you also fearful of that, being as though you had already failed with the party store? Was it tough for you to transition to the real estate investing after that?
No, because I was young. I was like 22 at the time. So, sorry, I'm laughing at the comments. I was 22 at the time. So, I mean, I didn't look at failure as like a thing of like, I'm never going to be successful. So I wasn't afraid to do the real estate per se. It was just like I want to do more research and I want to take my time and really learn this because I failed the first time at like my first business. So, but it didn't discourage me to like fail at real estate. No.
I like that. So you are a true warrior. So tell us, because with real estate investing, maybe somebody out there doesn't know what you really like specifically, like what you do exactly, because you could do wholesaling, you could flip homes, you could buy and hold. All of those are real estate investing. What is it that Georgia is doing to give back to the DMV area and make her presence known in the real estate investing world?
So, I mean, as of now, I've bought like one investment property. So people call it house hacking. So I've been able to house hack since 2018. And that's simply where you either buy a multifamily, so a 2 to 4 unit home, or you can buy like a townhouse or a single family house and then rent out rooms in the home to cover your mortgage. And so it's just like a first step in order to build like, wealth and buy more rentals and things. So the strategy that I use specifically has been house hacking.
I like that. You got strategies. That is really smart. I really admire that. So would you say by you doing the house hacking, is that the best route to go for people maybe up and coming trying to do real estate investing? What would you say? Is that the best route, or would you take another route, or you just kind of stumbled across that lane?
I mean, I think it depends on the person. It depends on like your finances. It depends on a lot of things. But what I would say is house hacking is great if you have like minimal amount of money to put down, because you can literally get into a house, you know, like first time home buyer loans and things like that. So you can get into a house for, let's say, 3,000 to 7,000, depending on like what your budget and things like that are, compared to like if you wanted to flip a home, you need to come with a lot more cash. So I would say if somebody's trying to get into it in like a slower process and kind of get help getting your first property, because now you can get help with the real estate agent to walk you through the process and like of getting the home, and you telling them exactly what you need. And then from there, then you can say, okay, I'm ready to graduate to like a bigger building or something like that. So I would say if you like minimal amounts of money down, you can look into house hacking if you're trying to start investing, but you don't have much money to get started. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So when you first started doing, I'm kind of going backwards here, but I like it because I'm throwing you off just maybe just a little
That's
bit.
okay. It's okay.
When you first started doing the real estate investing, was it who was really supporting you in terms of your family? Was it like, I don't know, your mom, maybe your dad, maybe a cousin? Who was there supporting you along the way, saying, "Hey, Georgia, you could do this. Go ahead and do it. Give it a shot"?
I mean, I would say God. I mean, if anything, it's like just knowing that, just knowing that, you know, he put me on this route. He put me on this path to understand that, okay, I had a failed business, but now it led me to real estate. But of course, my family supports me. If I have an idea, they've been there to support me through all of like my crazy ideas and everything. So if I ever want to like bounce ideas off of them, I can always like, you know, contact them to, you know, get that support. But they've always been there. They're always there for me.
All right. So how important is it to have that family support where you know like they got your back? Is that really crucial for you to really like really put your foot inside the investment world, the real estate investing world? Because maybe if you didn't have it, maybe you wouldn't have the courage to do it. Because remember, you said earlier you failed at the party business.
Yeah.
So how important is it to have that support from your family?
Yeah, the support is super important. But I would say for somebody who doesn't, like maybe some people might not have support, they can still do it. I don't want to say that you won't be able to do it, but it makes it easier when you do have support. Just because it's like you have like that core group of people. Some of them just joined too. Like you have a core group of people that like you can call and be like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Actually, my cousin Toy, Zoe Black, we're in like an accountability group. And so everybody had their own goals. And so my goal was to buy my first investment property. And so through that group, I was able to reach like my milestone because we were able to hold each other accountable. We had like meetings like once a month. Did you meet your goals? And you don't want to come to the meeting and be like, oh, I didn't meet my goals, you know, because then it's like they're looking at you like you're not serious about meeting your goals. So yeah, I think it's important in like having people that want to like run after something and being around them and surrounding yourself with them, staying in contact with them. It just pushes you to like, you know, want to reach your goals the same way they're trying to push after their goals as well. So I hope that makes sense.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Yo, if you are just joining us, we are live on the Pimp Game Podcast. We are here with the infamous Georgia Bryant. She is talking to us about her real estate investing. She is doing it in the DMV area, and we are here picking her brain. So, Georgia, tell us, in terms of the real estate investing, is there a mentor that you have, or maybe somebody you look up to in the real estate investing world that you say, you know what, I want to do what they do, if not better, or maybe not even better, but you just kind of want to follow their footsteps in terms of them doing the real estate investing? Who is that person that you follow?
I mean, I can't say anybody specifically that I would say that wants to do like what I'm trying to do, or like what my goals are per se. I mean, yeah, there's nobody specifically, honestly. I mean, there's people out there that are doing, you know, obviously great things in real estate. But I would say like a Black woman that I see myself in, you know, that like is a reflection of me, not per se. But there's a lot of people that are doing great things in real estate. I guess it's just like, I just want to do what I feel like is right for me. But there's nobody I can say, honestly, that's like, I want to, you know, like, I want to do exactly what they're doing now.
Okay. Hey, I respect that. One thing we respect here on the Pimp Game Podcast is honesty. I love that. I love honesty. So tell us in terms of you helping other people, maybe getting into the game, doing real estate investing. Is that something we could look forward to in the near future? Maybe a class, maybe some type of tutorial where Georgia is walking you hand by hand on how to invest, how to house hack. Is that something we could look forward to in the near future?
Yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know, I have a YouTube channel. I've had it since the top of this year, and it's grown pretty nicely. And so I do have like a video on like step-by-step house hacking if you're interested in that. But I actually, I've been like having conversations with my same accountability cousins, and I actually want to like walk through the process of like me buying my next property from start to finish, and like other real estate projects that I have going on. So I would say definitely get tuned in on my YouTube channel. It's my name, Georgia Bryant. And make sure you subscribe, and you'll be able to like see all the projects and things that I have coming up real estate wise there.
Okay. So let me ask you, what are some of the pitfalls that, somebody, maybe a young Georgia Bryant in their own right, want to come up and do real estate the way you're doing it? Or maybe it's a young dude out there that wants to do what you're doing and do the same thing. Or maybe it's somebody that's older, an older adult want to do what you're doing. What are some of the pitfalls that you would tell them to maybe watch out for if they're going to get inside the real estate investing game?
Okay, so two things. I would say a pitfall for me personally were like the seminars. To me, like those real estate seminars were never what I thought they were. So I would always go to these real estate seminars, and they're always trying to upsell you on something. It's like when you could just literally take your time and do like a whole bunch of research and watch YouTube videos. I learned so much from YouTube, and it's free. But these like seminars, you pay $100, go to the seminar, then they'll be like, oh, we have a $10,000 package. And you're like, I didn't get no information from here, and you just spent $100. So I would say I'm not really a big fan of the seminars per se. And then I would say another downfall, a lot of people think like, oh, you could just like, oh, I'm going to do wholesaling. You're going to get out there, you see these videos, and they tell you like, you're going to make $10,000 in 30 days. And I mean, we wish it was that easy, but it's not that easy. Like you really have to, I would say, pick one strategy and stick to it. And really just dedicate the time to learning everything you can in and out about the specific strategy you want, because there's so many routes you can go. And a lot of people think it's just going to be like overnight wholesaling, you make money. And I was even one of those people at one time. So yeah, those would be my two, pitfalls or things to watch out for.
Okay, I like that. So I just asked you about the pitfalls. Now let's go the other way. What are some of the positive aspects that someone, trying to do what you do, a young girl out there, young guy out there trying to do their own house hacking, what is something that you would say, hey, this is what you do want to do to get in the game of real estate investing?
What you do want to do, I would say, is to get educated. What you do want to do is, so for me, I decided to get my license, back in 2016, because I felt like it was the most natural route to go, at least to start getting educated and surround myself with people in real estate. And then through that, I've been able to like connect with so many people in real estate in different areas of real estate. So I would say get educated. I've probably watched over like 100 videos on real estate on YouTube, like Bigger Pockets, join forums, like really just like diving deep, like into the craft. So if you're interested in real estate, figure out which strategy makes the most sense for you, and then just go deep, go like get educated, I would say is the main thing.
All right. So you mentioned education. Are there any seminars, maybe, I don't know, Grant Cardone or maybe Jay Morrison? Are there any seminars that maybe you would recommend to some up and coming real estate moguls that might be coming up in the game as yourself? What are some conferences that you would recommend to people that maybe they need to check out?
Well, remember I said earlier, I don't really recommend seminars, but I would say YouTube.
So you had to.
I would say YouTube is going to be your best friend. I feel like there's so much free information out there. You don't need to go pay $100 to go to somebody's seminar. And the information is on YouTube. Like literally on even Google, like there's so many articles that can just tell you, so much information about different things about real estate. So it's about taking your time, not thinking like you're going to go to one seminar that's going to give you all the answers, because that's not the reality of the situation. It's like a book. You have to sit there and read. So I would say books, maybe even find a great author, I know Bigger Pockets has published some books on like house hacking and, you know, real estate and things like that. So I would say like credible authors, you can get educated that way as well, and YouTube.
Okay, 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 okay. I like that. I like that. Now, are you planning on, and let me say this, are you planning on doing something where maybe you, because I know Jay Morrison has a thing where he talks, he does a tour. So maybe he talks to everybody in Philadelphia, or he talks to everybody in New York, or what have you. Is Georgia Bryant looking at doing something similar, some type of workshop where she maybe tours, maybe to different cities and show people about real estate investing?
I mean, I don't have anything planned like that. I mean, YouTube is just like my thing I've been doing, and I'm going to be diving like a lot more deeper into the real estate. I have some videos on there about that, but I mean, you never know what God has for you, right? But I would say as of now, I don't have a plan where I could say I'm going to different cities to talk about real estate. No, not necessarily, but you know, I would say stay up on the YouTube channel. I'm sure I'll be sharing like everything that's going to be coming on there, in the future, and everything that the future has to hold for me.
Okay, I like that. I like that. And so any projects that you may have coming up in the future, that maybe any investments that you're allowed to tell us about? Maybe, I don't know, everybody want to tell you everything, but you have any projects coming up in the near future that maybe you could share with us?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, so a project that I'm actually working on is I want to buy my first like apartment building. It's like a small apartment building of 2023. So I'll be working on that. And so I know earlier I said I was going to be showing like the process from start to finish. So I'll be doing like searching for the building, the process of like finding tenants, property management, like everything, rehab. So yeah, that's like a big project I have coming up. I mean, but when I say like apartment, maybe like a 6-unit building, you know what I'm saying? Not nothing like crazy, but that's like my upcoming project. And then I'll also be doing some rehab in my current rental as well. So I'll be doing videos on that as well.
All right. Yo, if you are just joining us, we are live on the Pimp Game Podcast. We are here with the infamous Georgia Bryant. She is a real estate investor. She is showing us and giving us the game on how to invest in terms of real estate hacking, house hacking. She is a beast. She is doing it. All right. We're picking her brain. So, Georgia, we talked about it earlier in the show. I alluded to it, had a whole little segment about it. The tragic death of PNB Rock. I know, it is crazy. What do you say to that? I don't know, to some of these rappers out here and they're, you know, flashing jewelry and they're flashing the money.
Mm-hmm.
What is your thoughts on the death of PNB Rock?
Well, you know, I don't really know anything about that. I heard about it like I don't know much about it. So I mean, what you said, what are my thoughts on it?
What are your thoughts on it? Like, because he's not the only rapper that has died from gun violence, right?
Oh, okay.
So what are your thoughts on that in terms of just in general? What are your thoughts? It doesn't have to be deep, nothing like that, but what are your thoughts?
It's unfortunate, you know, it's sad that, you know, those things are like happening to them. I just hope that, you know, a resolution could be found for, you know, all that. But I don't know much about that specific story. But I mean, the gun violence period, you know, not even just rappers, but people in general, is very unfortunate. So I hope that, you know, there comes a resolution.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you think that we could do as people, or anything you think we could do as people or society, I don't know, to maybe help some of these rappers to stop dying from the gun violence, or to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen again? I mean, I know I would hate to say it's going to happen again, but do you suggest anything that maybe people can do social media wise to not get themselves in that trouble, especially rappers?
Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know much about that. So, I mean, okay. I don't know. I would just say, hopefully they could just get gun violence under control in general.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Okay. All right. Yo, if you are just joining us, that is Georgia's answer. She wants to get the gun violence under control. We're just going to roll with that. So, Georgia, what do you want to say Well, tell us, how do we get in contact with you? Maybe some of your fans out there, people who love Georgia Bryant and want to maybe get into the real estate game. How do they contact you via social media or a website or whatever you have?
Okay, so you guys can get in contact with me. I mean, here on my IG page, even though I don't post or anything, I'm on here sometimes, but definitely on YouTube is Georgia Bryant. You guys feel free to go subscribe. And so like I said, I told him earlier, I started my channel in January of this year, and it's going pretty well. And so I have, big projects coming up with real estate and things like that. So you would just type in Georgia Bryant, you'll literally see my picture. On there. So, I mean, that's like the ways to contact me. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. And any final thoughts you have for your fans or anything like that? Any final thoughts you would like to say to everybody? What's up?
No, just thank you guys for joining, and thank you for this opportunity, Kenny. And no, I feel like to be continued. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I look forward to growing with you all, and I love you guys.
All right. Yo, that concludes our show for the evening. Hey, let me go ahead and say this to all my YouTube viewers out there. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. To all our viewers out there, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. And don't forget, if you are a YouTube viewer, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And next week, we got a special guest. He goes by the name of Dash. He's the owner and CEO of Icy Boys Promotions. That's right. He is going to be on the show next week, Monday, on Pimp Game, the podcast. We are signing off. Holla.